What's up guys, this is Kim from EinfachMachen, and in this video I'd like to share with you how you can connect the Dataverse with your Copilot Studio Agent and provide your user with a single chat interface to not only read data but also create records, update records and delete records, all with the help of the pre-built MCP server within the Power Platform. We have a small knowledge management system with lots of articles about the Power Platform and Microsoft technologies in general. So our goal is now, instead of providing this model-driven app UI, give the user a Copilot Studio agent as a single interface to do all the CRUD operations you would normally do with a traditional user interface. So the first step we have to do is create our agent, and therefore we will use a really simple prompt. Copy that one, go to Copilot Studio, create our agent, just paste my prompt in here. So let's click create. Now we will move on to the tools. We can do this by scrolling or by selecting it in the tab list. And we will add our first tool. And there are lots of tools that we can connect. We can create flows, we can connect prompts. And what we want to do is connect a model contracts protocol and use the MCP server from Dataverse. And now what we can see here, these are all the tools. The wording is not that nice. That I can use within my tool. So I can list tables, I can describe tables, and I can also update records, create records or delete records. So after my MCP is connected, I've turned off this toggle because I don't want to use all these tools within the MCP server. I don't want users to be able to delete a table, for example. And then there's one final instruction I've made to make sure that always the right table is chosen whenever I'm asking for specific knowledge or articles or blogs like that. And now, after setting all things up, let's start with our first query and ask for the 5 most recent articles. And now we can see on the left hand side it uses the MCP server automatically and created a requery and responded to me with the 5 latest articles. So let's compare the result. Number 5 is CLI for Microsoft 365 Understanding Agents episode, and there we can see index columns in Dataverse and also Dataverse functions. The result is correct. So reading records is a simple task, but now let's move a step further and start with creating records. So I have this video here from our beloved Sean, and I want to create a short summary using my Comet assistant. So here we can see the summary. I will copy the summary and ask my agent to create a record for this knowledge within Dataverse. So I'm just telling it to put this article into my knowledge base. I'm not referencing the concrete table. And on the left hand side we can see the different actions it took, and we can see a message here that the article has been created. Let's move over to our knowledge base, and here we can see it created the record, put the URL in it, it gave some categories for it. I don't know why it didn't made it to put the author in here, but nevertheless it created it like automatically. Choose the right table, put the description in here that I've gave, and all this with one simple prompt without any further information. So now in the last step, let's delete this record again. And there we can see it tells me it deleted the record. Let's take a look on our table, move back, and we can see there is no record anymore in here. It just deleted it. So that's it for today. I find it quite interesting to play around with this MCP server. I think it's really nice for rethinking how user interfaces work, but with all this power, with deleting records, updating records, but also deleting tables and creating tables, I think there comes high responsibility and also a very strong data governance and governance within the Power Platform. So try this thing out, but make sure that you have a strong governance for this. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.